And we started here in 2019. We bought the farm and a lot of buildings, which are a little bit further up there, from a trust which worked with handicapped people. And they had to, because of legal new regulations, they couldn't work here anymore with the handicapped people. So they had to sell it, and they sold it to us as a cooperative. So we are organized cooperative, says you something, in this cooperative legal form as an eco-village. So it's not just a farm, but there are right now 70 people living here, which live together in kind of a community. So it's a more generational project. So there are older and younger people living together, and people have either their own flats or they live in WGs, like smaller communities like you probably live in. And then we own the land and the buildings together, and we organize each other ourselves in different working groups. So sharing the responsibility, and these working groups, they can make a lot of decisions by themselves. And sometimes once every 2 months we meet and we decide things which are which have an impact on everybody. So that's our plenary. And we are organized in sociocracy. That's quite a interesting decision-making form, I think. So we try to give as much responsibility to the people that work in the field, and then we try to work on trust building in the community so that we don't have to discuss everything with everybody. And we do decisions under the like the principle that is guiding our decisions is it safe enough to try? Is it good enough now and safe enough to try? So we're not trying to have a perfect decision. We rather try to get experiences and start from there. So that's a little bit of a short teaser on the community. If you have more questions, we can maybe later discuss on it. And our main goal, which keeps us together, is like we try to live sustainable together, I would say. And the farm which we bought has 47 hectares which we own, and then we have some loaned, I think Pachtland, rented land. And with the rented land we leased, we work on around 70 hectares. And around half of it is arable land where we grow cereals, and the other is green land where our cows graze and we make hay and silage. Just very little silage. But right now we don't have a dryer for the hay, so we do a lot of we try to do as much hay as possible, because we from the cow milk we make our own hard cheese, and if we use silage as a fodder, it doesn't work. The cheese doesn't become good. If you don't understand something, just ask. You can just interrupt me. And then we have different fields where we work in. We have our arable area where we grow different cereals. We try to process them ourselves, and that's now in the transition. Before we sold everything from the field to the to a organics producer cooperative called Rebio. It's a regional big cooperative where I think right now it's up to 200-300 farmers which produce for them. But for us, the problem with the Rebio is I think we do more than bio here. more than organic, and it's difficult to market what we do more if we sell it to one pool. So that's why we start now to sell it ourselves. But then we have also dry it ourselves, have to store it ourselves, have to clean it ourselves. So that's a lot of work which we are currently in. But then we can get even more than the double price if you do that.
But that requires that you have customers that just know you and trust you.
Yeah.
Because there's no certification for that, what you do in excess of organic.
Right now there's no certification which we do on top. Yeah, but we also earned from the Land Baden-Württemberg, we owned the Nature Protection Award or something like that, which we can also show to people. And then we are in 2 programs from the BMEL, the German Ministry for Agriculture, for Leitbetriebe Pflanzenbau, which is model farms on cereal crops, on doing them sustainable. And then we are also in a new program which starts just now, which is a network of 150 farms in Germany, which put special effort into building humus. So of these 2 projects we are part of, and also we have an emblem. So then this also helps us in the marketing. And then, I mean, we can. It's also like marketing is always a big challenge and very important. And we do our best to spread the message what we are doing. That's actually underestimated part of the work of the farmers. It's really important. If you want to get a fair price, you have to do that. So.
And how do you spread the message then?
How? Yeah, that's a big question. Maybe we can go deeper into that later. But in short, I mean, we try to have a good website. We just rebuilt our website right now. Then we are starting a newsletter now for like the customers which are into strong contact with us. Then we give field tours for the customers. We try to have new pictures on our website. Sometimes we have people here that do nice films, which also help us. Yeah. So, and we also have an Instagram account, but I don't like hanging around at Instagram. So that's why right now there's not much done on it, but maybe we will enforce it again. In short, and there's more to it, but maybe later. The different fields we are working in are first the cereal production. We have a diverse rotation with a lot of different crops. I go also later a little bit deeper into that, I think. Then we have the agroforestry area where we produce mainly fruits and extra high value fodder for the cows. But I will explain you more details on agroforestry also later in the field. Then we have the gardening, where we grow on around 2 hectares vegetables. Then we have the cows, where we have right now I think 15 cows which we are milking, and we aim to have 30 cows. And we also keep we raise all the male calves for 2 years, and then we slaughter them and sell the meat also. Then we have a cheesery where we make cheese, and we are starting also to bake our own bread now in the summer. And we also transform many of the fruits from the agroforestry into juice, which we do together with juice producers from the area. And we want to do also dry fruits and also marmalades. And maybe for the marketing a little bit, our goal is to mainly market most of our produce on over a community-supported agriculture approach. Are you familiar with that? Yeah, most. So I don't explain it, otherwise you have to ask. So we try to have around 200 to 300 producer. We're not yet sure how big we want to make the garden. We could easily, from the cheese and from the cereal fields and the agroforestry, we could easily feed 300 people. But we slowly start and see how much resonance we have in the area. So for now our goal is 200, and we maybe will raise it a little bit. And we give them actually maybe 80% of what you need to eat. We can produce, so it's quite a big package. But they can also choose. They also can choose to just take cheese or just take bread and cereals. Yeah. And then we have different marketing ways for the rest of the produce. So some still goes to the Rebio, some goes to other community-supported agricultures which just have vegetables, and some we market direct in the area. So that's a short overview. And maybe one important topic I forgot is we also start to make this farm research and education farm. So in summer we start our first project, which runs for 1.5 years, where people are every 3 months they are here for 2 weeks, and they get deeper input into regenerative agriculture. And in between we support them of making their own learning journey, either studying agriculture or doing interns on other farms or here on the farm. So you will take part also, some of these people. So it will be 15 people which we support for 1.5 years. And then there are different other projects where we have also intern months, where we have a little bit more hands-on practice and a little bit less theoretical input, and yeah, different programs. And then we also do research with different research institutes. I told you about the Humus project, which is starting right now, where we test different approaches to build humus in the practice. And then we are also in a climate change mitigation research project for livestock integrated mixed cropping systems, where we do research on the agroforestry, where we also integrate cows in the management. And then we do also we are in the early stage of an insect research project, where we monitor insects in the agroforestry system to get a little bit of an idea how the diversity of insects is changing. That's actually it's a new approach. They we can see it also in the field. They use cameras which are developed actually for pests, to detect insect pests. And these cameras, they can they have a yellow plate, which you know from insect control, and then the camera can with how do you say KI, artificial intelligence, can detect to the family level of the insect, which is quite good. So then you have not a complete idea what is there, but quite a good idea. And then if you do on top, you do also monitoring where you really collect in the field. You can maybe say, okay, this family is there, and we know this species are there, so probably they are in a bigger abundance now. But this is just starting. So we now do a pilot project, and we want to do a bigger project following this.